Alright, today, guys, I'm going to be reading Chapter 3 of The Adventures of Officer Jimmy. Alright, so this is Chapter 1 right here. Alright, Chapter 2 is right here. Jeez, okay, it takes a while to load up, so it's gonna be a little slow. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna start reading from this one right here. From right here. Jimmy then remembered he had nowhere to sleep as dusk and looked around him. Jimmy thought. Maybe I can find a nice dumpster. Jimmy found the nicest dumpster there was and climbed in. Jimmy opened the dumpster and could not believe what he found. He found some fresh onion cum from Shrek. Oh, shoot, Jimmy said as he started to run out of the dirty alleyway. I don't know why it says hallway, but you know, this is under progress. He was in. Jimmy found another dumpster, but he could not sleep well that night. Jimmy was restless, and he decided to peek out of the dumpster, and straight in front of him, silhouetting in the moonlight on top of a building, he swore he saw what could be a fat green object up there, looking abnormally large. Jimmy then ducked back in his garbage in fear. Jimmy did not sleep that whole day, but did not get onion came by Shrek either. Today was the first day of PD training. Jimmy walked to the police department where he had a super boring meeting where they talked about shit that Jimmy was not paying attention to. This is so boring, Jimmy said with a huge fake yawn that even Mr. T could not hear and could hear it. What'd you say, boy? Said a raspy, strong, super cliche, buzz cut army police officer guy. Um, let's go and train, Jimmy said excitedly. Why don't you be a piece of shite somewhere else? Said the cliche police officer. Sorry, said Jimmy as he ripped the piece of paper with the penis on it and threw it at the cliche police officer. It's okay, said the police officer as he patted Jimmy on the back. Jimmy listened to the rest of the speech while drawing cool pictures and stuff, and finally they were able to go to training. Okay, said the police officer. We're gonna practice now, he said. I want you guys to crawl under the barbed wire, jump over the fence, and climb over the wall and swing across the swamp with the rope. A swamp? Jimmy thought scaredly. Uh-oh, Jimmy thought. Jimmy, said the police officer, since you were so kind to be an ass during the meeting, we will let you go first. Jimmy got on all fours. Alright, I just lost my. Okay. Jimmy got on all fours. And. I completely. and climbed through the muddy trench under the barbed wire. His bumhole got ripped a little by scratching the barbed wire. He then sprinted and tried to jump over the fence when his panties got caught and ripped and hit his face along the cold, dirty fence. Fucking hell, Jimmy said. Ow, that hurt. Jimmy now climbed up the wall, overpeering the rest of the course. Seeing he looked down, trails of fresh onion cum was looking right back at him. I must make it to the other side, Jimmy thought. Jimmy now grabbed on the raspy rope, looking like it would tear into his hands, and he took a deep breath and ran and jumped. Mid-jump, some huge pieces of burgers with ketchup pouring the burgers so full that he flipped and fell into the swamp, with the shit burgers safening his fall. Then he heard stomping, shaking the ground like a huge earthquake, like footsteps going back and forth, back, forth. Finally, he saw a huge foot with copious amounts of cookie cum on it. "Oh my gosh," he said. "He found Bloke." "I found your old friend back at the road," Shrek roars. "I should get my tongue ready so I can lick through your bumhole grease," Shrek said, while moving his lips back and forth like a dog with treats. "I just had the rest of your friend's gum cookies with fresh milk now, and it's time to go for the main meal," Shrek yelled. Shrek grabs him with his manly ogre hands and picks him off and puts him on his big dick erection. Jimmy is now struck on what seems like a 500 feet in the air. "Shit on my dick," roared Shrek, his Peter getting bigger and bigger. It is now the size of a submarine as he bounces Jimmy up and down as ketchup leaks out of Shrek's butthole. "I've been waiting on you for a long time. Have you got the treats of fresh onion cum I've been gushing out of my pee-pee hole for you?" Shrek asked. Jimmy, now traumatized by what's happening with him, snaps out of that. "I will not fuck on your big pee-pee," Jimmy says. "I am a police officer. I am the law." Jimmy now takes out his small dick and starts to monk vigorously as cum starts to course through Jimmy's veins, and his penis gets bigger. It gets the size of a quarter. Okay? It then grenades start shooting out of it like a baseball machine. Jimmy has Dicknades disease. Shrek's dick rips off of Shrek's body, each vein slowly being ripped off of each little piss now dripping out of his dick like a tank falling on an ant as Jimmy rides down like a surfboard, down grabbing onto the skin of Shrek's newly released dick. Now Shrek's dick landing on the ground and rolling like lumber down the hill. Jimmy jumps down as Shrek weeps with the rest of the onion cum spewing out of the squirt of vagina juice. Okay, that was chapter 3 of the Adventures of Officer Jimmy. It's very. So what did we learn in this chapter is that Shrek is still trying to hunt down Jimmy after he punted him, and it's just about the struggles that Jimmy has to go through during PD camp. With being bored, and then all of a sudden this training, and it's very traumatizing chapter. It's pretty exciting, and so I will see you guys in the next chapter. Bye.